You're listening to the Super Domestique podcast, Canada's premium cycling podcast, brought to you by the Last Drop Cycling Club.
Caffeine or no caffeine, and why?
Fuck, I know. It's so I feel like I walk around like an imposter now.
So we
They're
talked.
like, oh, jam. Oh, you love coffee. Yeah, you were gonna say.
We talk about this a lot.
I know.
Talked about this before.
Yeah, I feel shitty now when I go to coffee shops. I feel like
feel
made
shitty?
fun of almost because I'm like, oh, I'll get a decaf latte. I'll get a decaf Americano. And yeah, even the person behind the counter is like, what's wrong with you? You're going to pay $6 for premium decaf? Anyway.
And you're coffee guy too.
I know, and this is why I walk around like an imposter now at the club. They're like, "Oh, Jam, I tried this coffee. It was so amazing. Have you tried it?" And I said, it's been years
And Nate did an Instagram video of you making a beautiful
making coffee.
Legit
But no,
way.
it's all decaf now, man. Like as you probably know, I had a little bit of like a heart scare, I'll say, last year. Did an amazing event, 9 hours, kept my heart rate over 120 beats per minute for 9.5 hours. And yeah, my heart was like
Over what?
apparently- Pardon?
Over what?
9 hours.
What was your beats?
It was over 120.
Over 120?
Yeah. So I was sitting
not
at
a
like
lot.
150, 120.
What's your zone 1 or zone 2?
Zone 2 is probably 110.
Oh shit, your heart rate's so low. Okay, like my zone 2 is
Yeah.
145.
Yeah,
it's
I max out at 200 still at 30 years old, which is weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I have weird ranges, but they're actually equalizing as I am discovering my fitness, I'll say. But yeah, so I had a sore heart, went through the cardiology thing, got all the tests done. Anyway, cardiologist laughed at me. Yeah, you did a crazy event. Your heart was sore.
Yeah.
That's why you were having the pain
Your
you were
heart
having.
was sore.
Yeah, like a muscle would be.
Oh. So it was overworked.
Overworked. And it was firing at odd times. But
Yeah, that was the thing that was scary.
Yeah. So it felt like, you know how someone comes up behind you and like scares you and your heart like jumps, or like a roller coaster going down a steep hill on a roller coaster. That does make a lot of sense. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. So I took caffeine out, right? You want to take out all that stuff and see where your heart is at and what your baseline is. But after doing research on it, I don't think I could go back. And it's funny enough, Sven Tuft, who's my coach, one of the first questions he asked me when I got on a call with him is, do you consume coffee? And I was very sad to reply, I do, but it's all decaf no. So no caffeinated stuff for me. And he said,
You idiot.
no. He said, thank God.
Oh,
One of
really?
you guys doesn't need coffee. And he basically explained when he was at the world tour level, so many of those guys are popping like, 4 or 5 espressos a day, no problem. One before the race starts, bunch of caffeine in the gels, and then another one to stay awake so you can consume enough food, go to bed and crash.
Wow.
And that was like the lifestyle he was kind of talking about. But he said a lot of the more modern science now with endurance athletes is cut the caffeine out completely.
Really?
Use it for races.
Oh, okay.
Use it when you need it.
Interesting.
But from a lifestyle perspective, you'll get more restorative sleep. I think we all know this. He advised that you are practicing self-discipline in the mornings too, because you can self-start. You'll be better on the bike because you can also be more disciplined with your mind during hard efforts.
Okay.
Because you're not relying on this thing, even if it's placebo. Okay. So it was very interesting to go through that. So now I'm no coffee jam.
So did you consume it? I know you consumed it for pleasure.
Yep.
But did you consume it for performance?
You definitely felt it. I really think so. Like, I think it promoted maybe an unhealthy lifestyle last summer where I'd go to bed at 10 o'clock, wake up at 4 a.m, hit a ride at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You need that coffee.
Yeah.
And it promoted an unhealthy lifestyle because I could go through the day totally fine because I could consume coffee. Now I've learned that, I can't get up at 5 a.m. if I've fallen asleep at 10:30 at night or had a late night or eaten late in the night. So yeah, I think overall it is the right thing to do. These are the little tweaks. As much as I love ceramic pulley wheels, giving up coffee is probably going to give you the performance of 25 ceramic speed pulley wheels.
Interesting. So you're totally off.
I'm totally off.
And it's been how long?
It's been gonna say 5 or 6 months now.
Oh,
but
wow. Yeah,
you know what? I don't need it. I wake up, I'm ready to go. Sometimes I forget to even have my decaf.
Interesting.
So
I've been like looking into caffeine a lot recently. And I've been looking for, from the performance side, but also from like optimization of restfulness, sleep. We have the Oura Ring, so I can see the data. And what I'm trying to do is, so I still have coffee. I love coffee. I have my Legacy cold brew every day. But what I'm trying to do is time it properly and not be hooked on it. So I have no problem waking up at 3 a.m. I woke up at 3 a.m. today. I'm up. I'm good. I'm ready to go. But what I will make sure I do is either have exercise to flush out the adenosine.
Yep.
And I will go out for a walk, get fresh air. I'll walk Cliff to school. And then I will get sun, because I know that the combination of exercise and sun will flush out the adenosine. And so I'm learning, and this is probably like everyone maybe knows this, but caffeine doesn't give you energy.
No.
It blocks the adenosine, which makes you tired. So that hook. But the problem is, if you have it too early, like wake up, have it, and then you're good, you're delaying that sleepiness, you're delaying the adenosine till later in the afternoon, and then you get the crash. Because your body's like, well, the blocker of caffeine is gone now. Introduce the adenosine back in, and then you crash. But, fine. If you can take a nap at, midday, great. I can't. Like we're literally out with the kids at a park. I'm not gonna nap. I can't nap.
No.
Right. So I had to make sure that I had to remove that. So then timing it, getting the walk in, getting the sun, as Huberman Lab would recommend, has really changed my relationship with caffeine. And like I have a hard time not going for it in the morning. It's like habitual. Breakfast,
of course.
Coffee, nice combo. No. Can't do that.
See, it takes that, right? It takes the self-control. But, I think you're touching on something that's super important, which is self-awareness. And I think this sport, and endurance sports in general, challenge you to be self-aware constantly with everything. It's changed so much of my lifestyle to appease getting to do this for hours a day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out the Super Domestique podcast. Follow us on Instagram or find us at thelastdrop.cc to learn more.